we have something different and unusual, but I think it'll be very enjoyable and hopefully something that a few of you may be able to find very useful. Liz, as most of you know, is involved in her ktip this year, and that's, you know, if you're a younger teacher, you've all done ktip, so you know what she's been enduring. And some of us remember life before ktip, so we didn't have to do ktip. But I kind of wish we'd had a ktip-like process when I started teaching. Anyway, part of her process that she has to fulfill is a leadership project, and that's sometimes very difficult for younger teachers to do, because quite often schools, particularly schools that have a very proficient and successful faculty, sometimes are a little reluctant for younger ones to take the lead on things. But fortunately, we're so desperate, we'll take anybody, and we're open to that. And she came upon an activity, a project that she thought was interesting because it would help her directly, but it could help all of us, and it has to do with that whole issue of keeping parents timely notified when students are experiencing a deficiency. Board policy mandates that teachers have to keep parents informed of when students are showing significant changes in progress. And it's a requirement that it has to be done at least halfway through a grading period. On the 3-week grade period, if a child is showing no improvement or a significant drop in performance, the district requires that the teacher notify the parent. But how do you do that without it taking up all your time? Sitting and writing letters and sending emails that probably never get read or they get deleted or something. So Liz decided to come up with something different, and I think it's really interesting. It's very low stress. It's not going to be hard, but you might find it very helpful for you. So I'm just going to let Liz take it from here.
Right. So thank you for this opportunity, and thank you all for filling out the SurveyMonkey surveys that I sent out. I appreciate your time. I know you're very busy, but I really think I wanted to do something because I am so low on time too. I feel like we're all like, ah. So I wanted to do something that's going to help you out, and I'll tell you up front so that you believe me. Here are the forms that all of us have seen, right? Okay, and I've filled out tons of these over the past year and a half. Well, usually this takes me a planned period and maybe a planned period and a half to fill them out. I did my grades in 15 minutes using this last time. Sent them out to all the parents within 15 minutes. So it works, and we're going to talk about that. To start us off, a little activity to get us going, eye-opener, one could say. I wanted you all to help or discuss one time that you felt frustrated with parent communication. And I can start with one, is that last semester I tried to get a hold of a parent several times. I emailed, I sent home the letters every time, and I called and left voicemails but never heard anything back. So I don't know if any of you have experienced the same, but what kind of frustrations have you had? Juanita?
Well, yesterday I got several, I was sending out emails, and I get this message back that it's not a good email address. Mm-hmm. So it's just like frustrating because, you know, I've got to
do all
a good email address, you know.
Exactly. Here's your reward. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else want to share a frustrating time that they've ever had with parent communication? This whole bag. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I, at my old school, ran into a lot of the times where their phone numbers changed every couple months, and that was really frustrating.
The cricket account's been turned off.
They did not share their new phone number. So.
Well, mine is when I'll send stuff home, and the parents will say they never got it.
And that might be because there's 2 households,
right?
And should I send it to this one or should I send it to that one? And sometimes it doesn't make it.
And word to the wise, if you're addressing your letters to the parent of,
right?
If you're sending middle and high school letters out to the parent of, I'll guarantee you it is not getting to the parent because that mail is being intercepted by the child.
I've had parents since I've been back email quite a bit saying, we know Mr. Starris has been out for a long period of time, he's lost his wife, and we don't want to overwhelming on anything. We're just talking about grades. And I email them back. Give me a couple weeks. I'll I'll figure these things out. Well, in 3 days, I get my second one. We haven't heard anything yet, and I emailed them back. Well, you won't, because I got to figure out what the hell's going on in my classroom first. Then I'll email you back. That's not exactly how I put it. 3 days later, I get another email saying we haven't heard back from you.
Give them a handful.
Well, while
So
we're
then I
visiting
email them
this,
back and say, see Tim.
while we're
Not
visiting
really.
this,
Don't soft pedal now, David.
middle school is a different thing than high school. I'm telling you, those parents, they are hovering over everything. And I had a kid, I take late homework, he's missing all his homework, and of course he swears that he turned it in and I've lost it or whatever. So I take it late, he turns it in. Like half an hour later, I get an email from the parent telling me that it's not up yet on the grade book, and why isn't it? And he's already done, he has worked so hard for me, and
That happens in ninth grade too, so.
Here's my latest frustration is I used my cell phone and now the parent is texting me.
Oh, big mistake.
No, change your number, change your number.
Give her a glass of wine.
So let's shift into a more positive scenario here. Let's talk about a time that you have had a positive experience. I'll start again. I last semester worked with a particular student who started off the semester with a D+ in human geography, and worked with her mom, and on both home front and school front, we worked over the course of the semester, and she got a B+ by the end of the semester. So that was a really great relationship I built there with that mom. Kathleen.
Oh, I was going to say, do you know the students can turn on their Infinite Campus account so that every time they enter a missing assignment, it notifies them?
Yeah.
That has been a great experience so far this semester. The kids I pointed that out, and so I've had, especially my advanced kids, turn that on, and it's amazing how I hit that save in the grade book. I got 3 people at my door turning in late work. So if you can get the kids on board with that too, that's been positive for just. Now, unfortunately, it's the kids I need to call home on. I can't get to turn their notifications
somebody told me about that today.
I got something. Mary. Okay, so I have during conferences you have the split families.
Hey, Mary is sharing out.
Wanting to have separate.
And they want me to contact both of them, but usually I just send it to the main guardian. And so you'd be writing double letters or double emails, and where's their email? It's never where you can get it. Where if you use the grade messenger, it automatically dumps all the emails together, which, gosh, was a time saver. And then I get feedback from both parties, where they're going to this and the kids going here and the kids going there the next week, and I'm getting feedback from both ends. Yeah.
I have heard about the thing for my students. Did you guys know that me, Joe, student, can pull up my parent portal because I don't get to play Warcraft until I'm passing all my classes? I can change the grades to anything I want, and it will remain that until you hit refresh. Did you guys know that? What?
No.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you can. I don't do that. But, yeah,
How clever.
just something to think about. And most parents are savvy enough that they're not going to just, they're going to click on something so it refreshes. But the kids can do that.
Interesting. Good to know. Good to know. Okay, well, here is our teacher learning target for today. By the end of this today, and because we are coming up on a grade report, February 16th is the next report card. By the end of the day today, all of you will send out at least one, if not all your class, electronic deficiency letters by the end, okay, from Infinite Campus. And I did want to show you my research findings. The reason why I continued on with this project was based on surveys I gave. I'm also part of a PLC for human geography in the district and a PLC for U.S. history in the district, and I got some feedback from those groups. But then this is the Brown faculty responses to this first question. Teachers and administrators would be able to better document grade reporting to parents and guardians from electronic form over a paper form, and over 90%, right at 90%, agreed or strongly disagreed. No one disagreed. And the second question, if an electronic form was made available, would I use it? Again, around 90% agreed. Okay, so I was like, okay, people want this, I'm gonna go with it. Some anticipated benefits, speed, right? I told you already, it took me 15 minutes to send out my grades the other day. Better efficiency. In my 1.5 years of having sent out these letters, I probably received back 3 contacts from parents after having sent these. In this grade series alone, from sending them on Thursday, I've heard from 3 parents. Okay, because my email's right there, they click on it, they email me immediately to get feedback, okay? So the efficiency of communication between parents and teachers is there. Turnover time is shorter with that. You're not having to take all your plan period, going to the office to get postage, okay? Paper trail, I'm going to show you how you can find the documentation in IC. If I go back to August of 2013, I can see all of the messages that I've sent out. It logs everything that I've done. Okay, so you have a constant trail of documentation that you've sent this to them. And saves paper on envelopes postage. I'm on the budget committee, and right now our school budget is getting cut 5.6%. This can help in a way, a small way, can help towards paper and postage. Current and up to date, our staff in the office does a really great job of keeping those emails up to date. I know they do change at times, but they're good about getting on that. If we send them an email and we're like, this email doesn't work, they've gotten back to me very quickly with getting a new email into the system. Yeah, Nora?
Well, I was just going to add that you can print it out.
Yeah.
You know, and so if you are somebody that does actually want that, you can.
Hard copy.
Sure. Hard copy.
Kathleen?
So when you need an email changed, you call the office and tell them. Because I'll have parents, now this could just be a parent thing, but they'll say, well, I haven't been getting your emails, who do I talk to? And I say, well, call the office, because I'm not sure who the appropriate IT person is.
Kathy Wynn.
And a month later, they'll say, well, I'm still not, because if I don't hear back from the parent, I would normally say, please respond to this email so I know you got it. And if I don't hear back from them, then I call them to make sure that they got the email. Because I have some parents that have email accounts that their children check, or they never check. So,
well, here's the thing. This is not, I'm saying up front, this is not a problem fix across the board for deficiencies. How do we know that this is making it to them?
Oh yeah, no, I prefer the email.
This is just a way, like if we can fix the emails and contact Kathy Wynn if it comes up, do so, but otherwise, this is just another technique, strategy for being able to better communicate with the parents. Less chance of student interception, okay, because we don't know. Once they go out of our mailbox, we don't know where they ever end up, right? So there's that. I'm going to stop with the PowerPoint and actually log into IC. If everybody could log into IC at this time, that would be awesome. And I will say up front, I'm presenting up here. You will see some student names. If you could keep it confidential, you'll just see one class of my student names. Okay. Everybody good?
You do have a PowerPoint you can kind of follow along. And a list of directions.
The PowerPoint is here, and it's circled everything you need to do. And this is the step-by-step, literal step-by-step, everything you need to do with IC. So, once you get on IC, right when I got to Brown, Mary gave me a really good clue about IC is always working left to right, top to bottom. So make sure, of course, the year is right, Brown School, okay? And then whatever division you're in, if you ever have issues on IC, you're usually in all, right? So always make sure that you're in the right one. I'm obviously in the high school, middle school, teachers, middle. And then select a group that you know for sure you have U's or D's in. So from your grade book, make sure it's a class. I know for sure this section has. And make sure you're in the right term, grade term. High school.
I don't have any right now.
Okay. Okay. Well, you could just test it out with A's. You could send a positive
Yeah,
email.
I was going to send a positive one.
Yeah, send this can work just as well for a positive email. Okay? All right.
That's what I'm gonna send out.
And those parents, by the way, love those good
Yeah.
news emails.
Absolutely. So you could send this out to your A's and B's. Okay, then we go over to the left-hand column, click on instruction. Open that up, go down to messenger, click that. Go down and click on grades messenger. Okay? This is where we're going to work. All right. Right now, again, we're working top to bottom, left to right. So we start off in this box here with the user. Now I will tell you, you can create your own. Under your own username, you can create your own templates after this. Okay? But I've created one for you that I'm perfectly happy with you using. Okay? So for today, click on that down arrow, click on Brown School. It'll refresh your page. We're moving to the right. Stop me if I'm going too fast.
Okay, I'm sorry. I want to use Greg's messenger and my messenger.
Let me get her.
Somebody needs to help Greg over there.
Blog.
So you created this template?
I did.
I got the back.
Go to the template and go to electronic deficiency letter template. It'll refresh you again. And up pops down below, you'll see. We're not going to go to it yet. But I've created a deficiency form that looks almost identical to this one. Okay? Since you're used to it, I thought this would be the best thing.
So you click on it and what, copy it?
Yes, honey.
Is that
No,
what-
no, no, no.
Just
You
click
leave it
on
the
it.
same. You
Oh, I
don't do anything with it.
Put my tutu
So I have a
on.
question.
That's for you.
Yeah.
So say if you wanted to, well, I teach elementary too, but if I wanted to just put like
Don't picture
conduct,
that in mind.
hey, they're having behavioral problems, can I do that for elementary or no? You don't know? Using this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
behavior, so
Yeah. Okay, so go back up. We're still working down the page. Is everybody else okay?
Yes, we're fine. I'm fine.
Are you okay? Okay. We're working our way down. So for AP, my grades are different than your all's, but take this. You hit the control button. We start with the grades. Okay. So I'm going to go down to where the D plus starts. I hit control, or you can just hold on to it and drag all the way to where it would be a 0. Okay? That's all highlighted from D plus to 0. Hopefully I don't have 0. Okay?
So we do that,
You highlight all those.
click and drag D plus down.
I don't
Yep.
have a D plus. I mean, I don't have a
Down
zero.
to I?
It's down.
I mean, you can click it on whatever grade you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can, if you're doing
So
positives,
Christy,
do
if you're
positives.
sending A's, you do all the A's. Whatever group of students you want to send this to.
Okay, I can only go to,
Click down.
I click and then drag.
We got that one.
Let me go lower.
Black grade,
That's a different instance.
but down, go 79 to 0.
Okay. So some of the C's is like, hey, this is why they have these C's. That's what I do.
No, no, yeah, middle
See,
school.
there's, see what, my thing is like term.
You've done in progress.
Well, it doesn't say. It skips us.
Okay,
I was
we're
gonna
moving
move
to
it
the
to
right.
show
We're moving
her
to the right. You select the
interacting.
term we're in,
But
high
I
school
will next
teachers. You select 6 because we're in the semester. Okay.
So we will be at 4.
Okay, we don't have anything below the D plus.
I know. At middle school, it's the U is up at the top for you all. So you need to use the shift and select
Control, right?
control.
Yeah, controls the
But
shift.
shift says for multiple selections.
Well, that's a great place to put the U.
Yeah, okay, it is, control click.
How
Control.
efficient is
Control
that?
Control
click.
lets you skip.
Control click all your D's and your U. You in the top 3, D's at the bottom.
Okay, now shift.
Control click.
You can schedule when you.
Not shift, control.
Okay.
Shift click's not
Can
working.
you see somebody?
Hold on. No, these are all out.
Yeah, no.
Are you okay now?
Yeah.
Now, let go of your click. Okay, now we move over to the next box, and all the names should already be highlighted. IC does a nice little thing where it just goes ahead and filters out who are your D's and U's. So you leave all the names highlighted. If you would like to send a particular email to a particular parent, you can go in and say, okay, I want to send this to Kat's parents. Okay? Right. But otherwise, you can leave it highlighted, and we move down the page. Now, you all don't need to click this. I've already sent out, this is for my high school teachers in particular. If you send out one grades messenger from IC, you have to click this, allow repeat, okay, for the next time, which obviously every 6 weeks you're going to be sending these out. So allow repeat, because IC tries to stop you to say you've already sent one out to this parent.
I have every student highlighted, that.
Yes. You leave it.
It is? Okay.
It'll filter the ones.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
I thought they all meant D's and
It'll filter the ones.
If we see names on the right that do not own this grade category, that's okay.
Yes. All the names should be highlighted because IC goes in and they're like, who has D's and U's?
Okay.
And they pull up. Okay, we moved down to the template, and this, you all can fill it in like normal, okay? So let me show you here. This is what is nice about IC, is that they will fill in the name for you, for each student who's getting this letter. So you don't need to write in every time, Kat Hammond, Ethan Hemming, okay? Yeah. And then, so you just move down the page. You go ahead down the page and you start filling it out. Now here's the thing.
But I just did an A.
I don't think I got that.
Correct.
So this will automatically.
Refreshed again.
This will automatically fill out.
Okay, fill it out however you would like. High school and middle school teachers, I know you all, oftentimes for me, the students who are failing are doing the exact same things. They're not turning in their homework, okay? They're not participating in class, okay? They're not studying for their tests. So, you can fill this out generically, right? Here's an X here. They're not turning in their homework. They're not doing well on quizzes. They're not contributing to class, okay? And then you can go down to teacher comments. Yes.
You can fill in the blank boxes if you want and type in something specific, like if you had a big project or a lab book, Mary Todd, or and type in that
work being turned in.
something that would work for you.
So I could put in here chapter 6 quiz to make it more specific.
Okay.
Okay? So everybody fill it out as they need to for their particular student or students. Teacher comments. Okay? Student is not submitting work on time. Student does not complete test corrections when offered. Please see me for extra help. Whatever you want to say, okay? I'm just giving you a sample. Make it happy.
Does this also go to the student?
No.
Kids come back in and say, you know you've got to.
Okay, then you can do student comments. If you've talked to the student, you all know how to fill these out, okay? So if you've talked to the student says, I didn't know about it, whatever. You want to say student comments? Yeah.
I've been using this for about 2 years, guys. It works. It is potent. As soon as you send that out, bam, all of a sudden here come all the emails from the parents.
Yeah. So highlight this. You guys, the next date is February 16th. So go ahead and fill that in.
Cool.
And then you put your email address. Here I am, Elizabeth.
Might want to put the end of grading periods of 13%.
You can put whatever you want.
They're going to give you a
And then make sure you sign it. And however you want to sign off on it. Okay? So we filled out the forms. Go down here. This is a really nice feature down here. You can decide when you want these to go out. Okay? So right now it says 3:59 p.m. that they'll be sent out. Okay, if you want them to be sent out right before 4 o'clock today, sure. If you want it to be sent out at 8:15 tomorrow morning, you can put that. Okay, so you can change when this is delivered.
So they don't know you're at the middle of the night.
So what, when was it, February 16th?
Or you can think about maybe.
9:30.
I need to go back and change
Like,
3 o'clock in the
like I
morning.
have health reports in my class, can I attach the file
You
when the due dates are? For parents? Okay.
You can absolutely attach a document.
Okay.
Okay?
Can I say something
So
real quick?
if it's, if you want to attach, this was the assignment that wasn't done, or this is a list of things that they're missing, you can absolutely do that. Just choose file right there, yeah.
Problem is I've been using the new one and I can't find this in the new one. In the new.
I know, I'm having trouble too, but we're gonna trouble, there's not many of us that are using the new one, and so
And
we're
I'm
gonna,
using the new one, but it's not there.
but you can switch back to the
You can
old
switch- I-
one.
Well, I do, but I'm
No.
saying that the new one doesn't have it, and next year we won't have the old one.
Well,
And that's a
I
problem.
think they're gonna.
They
rectify
better,
that.
because that's a big problem.
Yeah.
Okay, here, click preview send. All right, don't send it yet, because I want to show you this other nice feature. You can review recipients.
Can you add recipients?
Well, what you want to do, with what I've always done is I go look at it and see who did it hit, and like, oh my God, I must have
No, I
put
just
a grade
mean,
on there that I shouldn't.
some teachers use this function to say, here's what's coming up, and here's what's coming due.
Oh, that's
I would
a
love to
different.
be added to that.
That's missing.
That's just Messenger. This is specifically for grades.
Oh.
I can show you all the next, but these are the 3 that have D's and U's in the class. Well, yeah, I have 2 students, okay? And you can actually click the document. So now I'm going to see, am I sure this is what I want to send to Kat's parents? Yes, there's her name right there. It shows up her name, the course that she's in. Yes, those are all things that need to be said to her, okay? And then you can save and return. You get out of there, because I know for sure those are the ones I want to send it to, and you hit send message. I'm not sending mine because I've already sent mine out. Yes.
I'm thinking about the missing assignments. Could you attach like a screenshot of IC or it already has her missing assignments in that?
Well, let me
Like a
go back. Okay. So has anybody successfully sent one off?
Not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
Mhm. You'll see what you're-
Tracy, what I want to show you is that Grades Messenger is not the only tool. And Tina, you can also click on missing assignments.
Yeah, okay.
That one will send
That's helpful.
to all your people.
Okay.
Tina, this is Class Messenger, and that's what you can send just generic emails. Like last night, I just sent all of my parents the AP, that AP money is due March 20th.
Now, my question is, how can you tag me on those things?
I mean, you can take those documents and, like, I can go into
Do it separately.
Yeah.
There's a test email, and you might, I was thinking about this, and I think if you did a test, and you could test it to Densford, or I test it to myself, but it doesn't, you know, if,
It's still an extra step.
yeah.
That teachers will do it. But, okay, I'm just wondering, but that's all right.
Okay, so then if you go down here, go down on Messenger, okay? If you go back to your index, and I can go down to Messenger, to sent log. If I go there, any messages, and I'll go back to January, because I've sent messages through January. It shows my whole log of every email that I've sent. So last night I sent all these AP exam signups, but those were the grade messages that I sent last week. So you have your documentation there on the computer. And that's another step on the PowerPoint and on the list. So,
Can I ask you something real quick?
yeah.
I don't know if you've run into this problem, but if you don't mark missing on the actual grades, it won't come up missing.
If you leave it blank.
If you leave it blank,
yeah.
you've got to mark missing.
If you're using this.
Or 0?
No, 0 won't work.
Let's be them.
No, it has to be missing.
So if you go to the missing, you can also send these emails out for missing assignments, and you can send out regular messages.
Okay,
Missing assignments that are making-
No, in your grade book. Type
Yeah,
M.
exactly.
Instead of leaving it blank, type the letter M, and then you can use that report.
But
Oh,
If you leave it
okay.
blank, you won't get a report.
Right.
If you put a 0, it will come up as a report, but an M will show.
Missing exempt.
Yeah, you just do the right click, and then it's missing.
I click in the box.
I just hit the second box and type in the. Yeah.
It's like,
Have you guys seen that you can look at which parents and students are looking at their grades?
Yes.
Oh, and how often, and you've got a mother who does it 16 times before 8 o'clock,
No, I
and she
know.
has my cell phone number.
Okay, so are there any questions on how to use this feature?
It don't filter.
Was
into
anybody
it.
successful in sending one out at least?
No, not yet. But how does it filter? Do I have to preview and send first for it to filter?
I would preview it. It filters it already.
Basically, like when you make an assignment, like this happens, it's rated.
New recipients. Okay, let's see who's going.
You can still do it this way.
Yeah. Oh, she just.
Yeah. You hit save and return, and then you go back and you send it out.
Well, so what happens is like it shows up as
Can you take it out?
highlighted in your thing, and you can do the same thing that way. Like if I throw over this is message, when you right click, the same boxes are there. So you can just that way. Like I would make an exchanger because I just do all my assignments once I just jam through and save them, and then it shoots over. But that way, like when they look up their grade book, it's a big red light. So. And it automatically records it as 0 too. So yes, yeah, because I've had people like I put in grades like 10 minutes later. Wait a second, I turned it in, and I was like, well, you forgot to put your name on it. And I was like, oh, yeah, right. But I've had a lot of success with that. What kills me is they're like, what am I missing?
Okay.
There is a way. Student filter.
Okay, so this is how it works. If there's no questions, hopefully you're able to send these out. It really is a quick process. Once you have it down, you can just move straight down the list, okay? And it allows you to free up your time much more during your plan for planning. Right? So,
I have a question now. When we do the triplicate forms, or I don't know, duplicate or triplicate, when the handwritten papers, we give a copy to the counselor to let them know that we have
Right.
notified. Is there a way to let them know?
well, if you go to your sent message log, you can
Okay. Print that or
you can
something?
print it off and give it.
And give it to them, then they know you share. Okay. Does it do it in triplicate?
No. But you have your copy, now the parent has theirs, and that's the one for
That's
them.
correct, okay.
So,
Yeah, I like the old thing. I never have any issues with it. I mean, because there's some things because of the perfect, but I never have any issues.
You good? Did you guys know? Unlike this, this is
No, there's no way to see that.
Come to class every day. Walk down the hallway.
I don't understand this. That's not just
up on you.
like if it were me.
Did you get one of them?
When you have the parents get up to do this, they should have to sign up and say that they want to. If they're failing, it's just an automatic boom.
You've done it before.
Like, there is
Do you like
no-
template?
Yeah,
I do. Yeah.
But there's no. Did it work for you? On this one. It's got things
I'll be there. Yeah, I made it. No makeup, no bun. That means I have to get up at 5:30. So when you what? I have been up at 5:30.
Well, no, it is
Amortization
from always.
Sure.
So now
I've been getting up at 5:30.
I signed it.
This is what happened with it. Did you get this? No. Awesome.
And everything was
I didn't do it this morning because
I know 5:30 minutes.
It is important for you to go into the sent log and make sure that it's sent.
Send her email.
Okay, if you didn't change the time on it, some of yours should say in progress right now because it won't send it till 3:59 today. Is yours in progress?
Well, it says.
Oh, it's up as well.
I don't know.
Because I'm not sending it. Wasn't doing it.
Oh, that's it. Oh, it's an actual good.
I don't know.
Preview and see how many students. Or if you want to review those to make sure you get the right ones.
What's going on in that class?
And you can even click on this white little thing that's like an IEP.
Oh, and what what's big one?
Just hit save and return.
That will tell them exactly where.
I love that.
But if you use this with elementary kids too,
That's just my belief.
right, okay.
Yeah, you should be able to.
I was wondering why they weren't here, that maybe it didn't.
Did you send?
Oh yeah, I sent all my aides.
Well, I didn't know you were
To all the-
celebrating. I didn't know
yeah,
if we
I
were
sent-
supposed to toast.
All my
I
little
don't have any
freshman
more water.
aides.
There you go.
Merry
Little
Christmas.
baby
Bye.
aides.
I'm fine. All the water you
Just-
want. No.
So I'm gonna start
We'll
using
just go right down the road.
I don't know what you're talking about. I can't imagine.
You know, I think
That just made my life
I
easier.
think Rick and Cheryl was
It's gonna be the same message for most of them. Click, click, click.
Just-
It's just
Cleaned up 6th grade.
be a designated guy.
Almost.
Put them on the couch, to leave.
ready to start off. Go
Got
ahead
one
and clean
more.
up second month.
You always like,
Second, two juniors.
you know, I say,
I talked.
Are we ready to go after this?
After this, hey, Liz?
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Do you have Liz?
No, it's just over
Anything
there.
else they need to know? Or
It's-
do
they kind of
that?
laugh.
Or they
So
start
I
into
kind of-
practice time now?
No, this
But
is
yeah, I
just
don't
a
know
work
what-
session now. If you send them out, yay. If you have questions, I'm happy to answer them. But it's proved very successful for me, and I think that I think we're gonna build up communication a lot faster from this. So let me know feedback. I'd love to get your feedback.
Liz, there was a question about elementary.
Okay.
Will this work on elementary? Or have you even thought about it?
I have thought about it, but they are using, I mean, you can send these conduct grades, so this can still be sent out to parents and you can write in what is, like you can fill out the template based on whatever grades they do give.
Christy has an elementary class. She could probably test it for us.
It pops up, the letter pops up, because I looked at mine for elementary, and it pops up to be able to
Anytime.
send it.
I know you're not busy.
Yeah, you can send out library book deficiency. Well, we need to look at
We
that.
do
That might be
a
very
library.
helpful, particularly for
We do a
fifth grade teachers.
Well, anybody's using online grade book, it should
If they're using online grade book.
Correct.
It should work.
6 minutes remaining on my battery.
Are you thinking because the template might not work for their particular?
No, that template is so broad that it fits
general.
content.
It's just if they're not using online grade book, there would be no grades for them to check.
Yeah, they're not using that.
Well, the thing is, up at the top here, if you go to Grades Messenger,
Slowly about a corner and-
you can select all grades and then just decide which student you want to send it to. So they can like click in which students they want to send it out to regardless of what grades.
Of what the grades are.
Yeah.
Okay. That might be an option for them. We may need to look and see how this can help them too. If you're finished, make sure you sign the sheet
I took your
because you get
template
1 hour
and put
piece
in,
of credit.
at the top,
That's just enough to throw you off on your cycle completely.
really nice things. Your child made an A, leadership, blah, 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 blah. And then I put down and did all the A's and then saved that as number 1 template. So they could go through and do a bunch of different templates. They want to do all B's.
It's a nice little group of kids you got in that ESS.
Thank you, Liz.
Liz, thank you. You did a wonderful job. Thank you. Very relevant, pertinent. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
This is gonna change our lives.
It is going to change us forever.
Seriously, it kind of will.
No, very, very well done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's not
Have
better than
more
your
cookies and Starburst.
I just noticed, I just clicked on something a little bit.
Salty cookies are the best big cookies. You were acting so funny.
My only thing was like, I'm going to
Still
send
have
enough,
fun.
you know. I
Tracy didn't sign.
It was something that I didn't like. I went there after school yesterday to get some.
And they were like, 30% off basketball.
And I was like,
Some of those days that I came back,
It's tremendous. I was teaching them.
Yeah.